forced to staying in the car. You have to stay in the car, okay? I just arrived to the thrift store. I wanted to do a video about things that you can thrift for your junk journals, your pen pals, your traveler's notebooks. So let's go. Okay, so let's get started. I'm mainly looking for junk journal supplies and hopefully giving you plenty of ideas for your pen pals. The first section is the linens and curtains, and you can use this for textured journal covers or keep an eye out for lacy curtains. Upcycle that lace. And check out Stephanie Ackerman. She's amazing with fabric. I'll link her below. Who remembers address books and like having all your addresses in a book? That's so wild. That was such a long time ago. Okay, so yeah, this is the craft section now, the proper like craft supply section, and there's just random things here which are always good to look through because you can cut these out for like ephemera or to use in your like journaling layouts as backgrounds. I also found this huge stash of stickers, like somebody, it was probably a store maybe that donated these. I'm not sure. I always like to figure out or like think in my head, who donated this stuff? You can repurpose these toiletry organizers as on-the-go craft supply storage. I have a few of these and I love them. They're great for crafty dates. The next great find was this ribbon. You can do so much with this. So you can stamp on it with your stamps or trim it up in strips and use it for ATCs. And it was 50 yards for only $1. So talk about budget-friendly crafting. And also keep your eyes peeled because you can always find some type of trim or vintage lace for your junk journals. I don't knit, but I thought these knitting needles were so cute. Next is the vintage wood stamp section. You might get super lucky here, but you really have to dig. And also here's a tip. If you don't like the whole stamp, just take an X-Acto knife and slice it off, like the section that you don't like. I'm not gonna lie, like I've done that so many times with so many of my stamps because sometimes I just don't like the sentiment font. But yeah, stamps are great because you can make ephemera with your stamps. I'm going to be doing a lot of DIY ephemera soon, so stay tuned. I really felt pressed with my time, but I wanted to go through all the bins, but I couldn't because Forrest is in the car and I don't like to leave him for too long. But yeah, anyway, if you have the time to dig and sift through all of these treasures, you're going to find stuff for your pen pals, for embellishments, for things for your traveler's notebooks, for cute paper clips, and also deals on like, staple craft supplies like glue sticks. I love this Christmas letterhead. It would be perfect for like a traveler's notebook insert. And of course, crepe paper. I need a sewing machine so that I can make this like crimped paper kind of crepe paper look. Sorry, it's really nice. And also the second place ribbon thing really made me laugh. I don't know why, I was just cracking up. Next is the book section, and this is a guaranteed jackpot. Just wait till you see what I found. So I like to look for art books, dictionaries, music sheets, vintage books, things that I can fussy cut and use in my junk journals and traveler's notebooks. You can make die cut ephemera or use these pages as background pages. Find books about Impressionist painters. Those are my favorite. Those are like my thrifted treasures. Keep an eye out for the art style that you like. Maybe you don't like Impressionist painters, but I really love Manet, Monet, Van Gogh. So yeah, also look at this sketch of this goat on a platter. I did not think, is that a goat? It almost looks like a camel, but anyway, I did not think I was going to see that today. Don't quote me on this, but I think you can cut up these like books and dictionaries and sell these on Etsy as like vintage paper pack bundles. Like you just cut them up, make little stacks and wrap them in lace and you can make some extra cash. I don't want to start an Etsy store, but I love making paper bundles. It's like one of my favorite things, and I'm hoping to do a video on that soon. There's so many videos in the pipeline, friends, so subscribe, stay tuned, hang out for a bit. Okay, so this is what I thought was like the greatest find ever. So these are vintage magazines about China painting, which I was astounded by the paintings and the drawings in here. But I guess these ladies, these are local ladies too, that made this magazine back in the 70s. They gave ideas on painting China and I loved looking through it. I bought 2 of these and scanned the pages that I loved so that I can reuse them. And if you find a beautiful book that you can't bear to like tear into, at least scan it first to make a backup copy so that you can reuse it forever and ever. Also, check out vintage photography books as well because you'll find things that you can fussy cut. And some of these vintage photos, these are like things that like Tim Holtz would sell, you know, like as an ephemera pack, but you can make your own. I've seen so many tutorials on making junk journals out of vintage book covers, and oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. And speaking, oh my gosh, look at this color. I love it. Speaking of beautiful, I'm so excited to show you the last section, and in retrospect, I regret not buying everything there, but yeah, anyway. I can't emphasize this section enough. This is where you're going to find your junk journal and paper crafting treasures, and you'll save money on craft supplies, and also it's good to be sustainable about our crafting, I think, and I want to be a more mindful crafter and try to be a sustainable crafter. Okay, next section is the game, like vintage game, board game section. You can make a Monopoly themed pocket letter or a junk journal cover out of a vintage board game box. So many ideas. This is my thrifted craft gold. I love these small, delicate doilies. I like to look at them mostly, but I also like to put these in my traveler's notebooks for like some texture and whimsy, and honestly, I just love to look at them. They make me so happy. I don't know why I didn't buy them all. I just bought one. I bought that one. Yeah, that was the one that spoke to me the most. But yeah, how the heck do you make these? They're stunning. Okay, well, I guess that's it, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Also, tell me in the comments what you would have bought.